Okay, here we are entering the 1777 year, and really, the Brits came down, they slammed into Boston, they took that area, and Continentals have pushed over here to get themselves into a position where they can fight against them. They've got a potential threat here. We've got a couple of lighter armies basically guarding the I guess the western areas of the board more, while on the eastern side we've got the major armies facing one another. It's going into winter, which means the Patriot army is going to dissolve. Maybe that'll allow some kind of big advantage for the Brits to be able to take a shot at a win. I don't know, but as I get more and more of a grip on the game, I'm finding it too deterministic for my tastes, which, you know, that's fine. It's just I was hoping for something else. I trying to remember the other I know I have two other games, I think, by Hollenspiel. House of Normandy, which I think was kind of just a standard kind of light tactical battles, but maybe I'm mistaken. And Westphalia, which I know disappointed me in some serious ways. I was hoping for more from that. This one, you know, it showed such promise early on, but all I can think of now is I want to get it done with, and you know, I think it's going to probably end up as a draw because it's just so hard to get your grip and try to do anything. A victory or whatever, you don't have a lot of, especially for the Brits at this point, they're not going to have a lot of cubes available to be able to do much. Anyway, that's it for now as to where I've gotten and what I've done. You can see I haven't been pulling reinforcements. Part of that is to keep my victory points low. Part of it's to be forgetful. Alright. Okay. Now we're in the all too often for me nowadays position in games where I'm dragging myself down here. I got other stuff I should be doing. Don't do that. And I got stuff that, like, well, I'm thinking about sitting on the porch and just relaxing with a book. Well, actually with a rule book and maybe a cigar and a drink, but maybe just with tea and a pipe. And it's hard to make it down here. Now, luckily, this is a winter turn. Winter turns are less. Why are they less? First of all, no supplies. And simply one attack maximum. And then I have to deal with the Continental Army disbanding. And I have to do some planning based on that. But otherwise, there's not a hell of a lot. There's no supplies, so there's not even any supplies up in Nova Scotia. Right? I don't know. It says cities do not generate supplies. I guess there are supplies in Nova Scotia. Armaments are harder to get than anything else. I'll put that up there. Let's make sure we're following the sequence of play. It just doesn't stick in my head. The game is mechanically different enough from what I'd expect. We get a 5 on the pass track, and the Brits are first. What do we fucking do? Well, there's not much we can do. We could have dumped something up here, and again, I don't want to. I have a huge force here. I have no reinforcements. This is why I need to put this up here, is I need another set of reinforcements to come in. But I'm not going to be able to make 5 victory point cities. I just know that. I just know that. And what I'm hoping is that the Patriots are going to be weak enough that I can maybe squeeze out, because right now I'm sitting at two more. But how do I get two more? Albany can't really be one of them. So I'm going to have to push down this way. I feel really, really challenged on that. I think my action will simply be to move armaments down to Boston. Without supplies, I'm not going to be able to do shit. And that puts it on the Americans, and well, we're looking at 8, 11. I have 9. I might actually be able to push him in Providence. Basically, I have a force here. So I could either push him in Providence, or I could try to expand from here and come around maybe his back door. Gotta make that decision now. I only get one attack. I only get one attack. The problem with coming around to Cambridge is his big force could batter me and then push back and come back down. But Providence looks harder to do. All right. Take advantage of my second leader. I don't want to shift my supplies because I'm not ready to do anything particularly. And it takes a lot of thought and a lot of effort to do all that shit. And if there's not a payoff, it doesn't make any sense. Okay. Not a lot of capacity for movement. If I withdraw from here, I'm too likely to lose this. If I withdraw, well, I can't withdraw from here. I need those fucking reinforcements. All right, we'll dump these down here, further defending Providence. I have to shift food supply up. I have to get these up. I want to keep my supply lines, but do I? Not really. Because all the stuff in the food supply lines, that's going to be gone. Do I have too much here now? 3, 6, 7, 8? No, I can hold that. All right. Another option, of course, would be to march up, take Montreal and Quebec. Too much effort, too much supply line needed to connect that. I don't know what the hell to do with the Brits. I just don't. Digging in doesn't help me. Well, I mean, I could succeed in my morale check and then I'd stay there. That feels so weird. Like, let's look at combat. The attacking army is moved back to the area. If the attacker wins, the defender must make one of two choices. A morale check is rolling dice. If it meets the difference of the unit or leaders, the check is passed. Otherwise, the check is failed and the defender must retreat. If the check is passed, the defender stands. The attacker has to fall back as if the defender took a victory. But this is now a significantly bigger force. This is 9. I think I try to balance my force. And I move this here. I don't have to do it yet. Give me my cube back. I don't want to do it until I have to. But I'll have to do it next turn, I think. Okay, I will pass, because I don't want to let the Americans to get too far. Alright, now here's the thing. There's 6 here. 6 gives me a good chance of taking Cambridge. But I can't afford to have 6 there. Oh shit, I don't have enough fucking food because I didn't set myself up right. Fucking hell. I don't know. I just want to fucking quit. So let's pretend. Let's see, I would have needed 1 food to here, 1 food to there. Actually, it's 2 food to here, 2 food. I can't do this without leaving a force behind. That's the problem. Let's leave a guy behind. Yeah, without my supply line, and, you know, my supply line, this guy's dying, so I don't get to keep it. But without my supply line, I can't make it. So, alright, well, if that's the case, then we have free capability to move supplies around wherever the fuck we want now. 5, 6, 7, 8, fine. I guess I just hope against hope. I don't know. This can only hold 4. And I'm going to need 1 to move. So I'm not going to have a lot of capability to shift. Can I pass again? If I pass again, the Americans move here, and then I'm too late. So I've got to do this. And this is the kind of picayune shit that I do not like doing, right? I do not like having to count, you know, how many moves I get to make and everything. That gets to the sort of geometric moves that some of the original Avalon Hill classics, like, were so related to basing on putting yourself in the exact right hex to be able to do X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, you'd think point to point would fix that, but it's not here. Here I'm having to make all those kind of fucking stupid little calculations just constantly. All right, so now we're facing 2 here. We've got our 4. What's worse is we have to keep going. Oh, God. I don't fucking know. I mean, I just don't want to do this, right? It's fucking annoying work. I kind of enjoyed when I didn't, like, when I was enjoying it, it was because I didn't really get it. I didn't really get the game. And I thought I could kind of shoot from the hip a little bit more. Didn't have to do quite as much pre-planning and all kind of counting everything out to begin with and figure out where the fuck everything's going to land. Again, it's like chess. In chess, if you can't think X number of moves ahead about one certain area of the board, you're fucked. Now, you could say the same about Go. I don't know why I enjoyed one and not the other. But, yeah. What about here? Here I have a numerical advantage, but it's not a very big one. Like, the chance of the Brits failing a morale check is so low that I'm just not going to gain providence off of that. But on the other hand, it might be easier than coping with this. So you know what? That's what I'm going to fucking do. Actually, I don't have a numerical advantage. Son of a bitch. Who the fuck wants to do this shit? Seriously. I don't have enough time if the Brits start passing, like if I start shifting a strength point up. I don't have enough time. I'm going to lose everything because Baltimore's going to go home, all this supply is going to go. Morristown's going to go home, all this supply is going to go home. Stonington's going to go away, all of this is going to... Well, actually, Stonington I'll be able to hold because I have a leader there. Cambridge is the place I kind of need to go. But I'm only able to carry this much. And what do I need? I need at least 1 more food. Alright, let's make a fucking stab for Cambridge. We may be giving up Albany because of this. That's all I can carry. And... push this it into here. There's no place to keep the army supplies. You know, the supplies and the points are worthless. All right, that means we have to do another one. This becomes a 3 and a 1. Goes here. Oh, look, we can't win Cambridge anymore. So we fucked up. I don't know. We'll go home. We run back. Fuck them. Brits are out of moves. They have to pass. That means, yeah. Well, that means this is the turn where I have to evaluate all the all the forces for the Americans and where everything goes. So I'm going to do that, and I can just spend a cube to move a piece somewhere. It doesn't really matter. So I shifted the supplies around. Let's move a strength point up to York. That actually allows me to keep these supplies on the board, which is kind of cool, because otherwise these would dissolve. I might want more in that case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could do that with another piece too. Okay. Brits will pass again. I got this. I could protect this piece. I can't protect it much. I can't protect the strength point. But I can move food out of there, thereby keeping food at Morristown, which isn't going to survive anyhow. Okay. I'm doing really stupid shit. It feels dumb as hell to me, leaving stocks of supplies lying around, but I think it's actually how you need to play this. Is you have to fall back. All right, that puts me to the end because we all passed. Feels like the end of the year because it's the end of winter, right? But no. And we go to the turn end phase and we read through here. Crown player checks for victory. No, you can't win this game. Dug and removed. Continental Army disbands. Okay, time to look at that. Patriots with the leader lose half their units, rounding up. So this goes down to 2. And this is 8, 9. You lose half, rounding down. So I lose 4 from here, which is pretty good. I still have a pretty big army there. But now one's in a victory point city, drop down to 2, unless they had a leader. And we lose troops everywhere else. Okay. Now I was clever enough not to have any troops in any non-victory point cities because the supplies would disappear in those cases, and me having those supplies in the background is really valuable, and it feels really stupid. Gotta abandon the area with the army, or else the army will pack up and take the food with them home, or something like that. So we send them off away from the city. Feels fucking weird, but whatever. All other Patriot armies are removed. It's not elimination. We keep reading this. We look at the reinforcement markers. How many get thrown out of the box? And then we're going to get a one-time reinforcement check. Baltimore, Cambridge. We don't get Cambridge in there, which is fine because we're not going to get them. Another Cambridge. My eyes don't work. New York. New York. Philly. Providence. Boston. Stoningham we still have. Morristown still have. Could be a bonus to draw. Stoningham still have. Obviously right on the front line as a bonus. Boston do not. Now we just keep reading. Recall that the next step is the turn end phase. Is it? Yeah, Patriot reinforcements. So we'll get 2 additional markers. So we get 6 markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one we don't get. It's a Philadelphia. That's fine. I'll place the remaining troops. Looks like 4 here and 4 in New York. 2 in Morristown, 2 in Baltimore. Just wouldn't expect. Albany doesn't produce any troops. It's a Victory Point city. It has no troop counters. Whereas little doinkier things like Stonington here have quite a few troop counter markers in them. More than Baltimore does. I can see arguments for these things. It feels a little funny that Albany has nothing, because troops were raised in upstate New York. And had it been important, more could have. Right? The problem was more not wanting to leave the locale. And that's kind of a fucked up thing. And Falmouth, which was burned historically, there's no reason to do so. It doesn't produce troops. Is that what burning does? I don't know. Burning had me so scared I didn't want to do it. Destroy. Nah, I guess they still do. They just don't produce supplies. All right. Where am I? I think I'm at the end of the turn, and I am just done with this here. Wish I wasn't playing it. I do not like this game. I do not like it, Sam. I am. I don't think it's necessarily a bad game. It's not my kind of game. It's really the kind of thinking that, you know, at first I had the question of, why am I enjoying this? I don't understand that. Now I'm not enjoying it, and everything makes sense again. Here we are. I don't know what it is, 4 or 5 in the morning, whatever. It's dark. You know, it's hard for me to sleep at night. It really is, mainly because I sleep during the day, but it's weird because I can almost always throw myself into sleep during the day. There was an exception this week, but anyway. It's feeling like a slog to play this thing. I'll keep going, I guess, but it just doesn't feel like there's a hell of a lot going on. There's no reason for anything to be in the cup anymore. I don't draw anymore. I just don't think that there's going to be enough resources for either player to get a victory here. But we'll do the supplies. I got tons coming in, maybe too many in some places. Like here I got 4, 5, 6. I only get two additional resources there, but I didn't have enough capacity to hold all my resources, and I can't just like dump them in the sea or anything. No tea party here. It's a deployment. Not going to bring in more reinforcements. I think. Let me consider. I have 2 victory point cities. I would need 3 more. If I breach this, it actually might be worth it. Because I don't think I can get 2 more. I feel like I need another force to come down. What do I have in Cambridge? I have 5 strength points in Cambridge to his 2. I have 8 here to his 9. I'm not going to be able to breach that. I have to be able then to win here, making it down to Albany. Yeah, I think I need the extra resources. So I'll put that there. We'll get more production as well. And if we do that one, we might as well do this one. It doesn't increase our losses at all. We might, if we had enough time, we'd want to do this too, but we've got to take a turn for each thing, and that's just not going to happen. But I feel like I need basically 2 forces, one to come down this way and one to come through here, or block it, right? I could get the leader out of there and I'd still be okay, but getting leaders to move is really expensive in this game. All right. Double fives, that means it is a continental advantage. I see that there, what do I care? It's an interesting situation. One thing I feel like I need to do is I need to reestablish my supply lines. Right? I don't have enough movement to get me up there. So let's take this space here, and we'll just start doing that. What are the Brits up to? Well, we're in an interesting position. We outnumber them, which means we can drive them back to Albany and maybe get them on the ropes a little bit. What do we need for that? I don't know. We're able to carry, if we drop this to a 4 and a 1, we spend one movement to get there. And we're able to carry some gunpowder with us. We won't bring a food. It's not really necessary at this point. In fact, we can shift the food back from there. All those dice is probably sufficient. Don't want to shift things down here yet. We will. Let's get these into Falmouth. Boston's, I don't know. Falmouth's way out of the way anyway. And that's us. That puts the potential expedition here in a lot of danger. What I think we need to do is build our supply net up. But now we have the opportunity to pull our armaments out of there so that there's basically nothing at risk. See, if we leave them there, we're probably going to lose the space. And that's not good. So we'll flood them back. Like, we could throw a lot in and hope to get good die rolls, but the British are good on attack, so we're just going to fall back and give up our plans, especially since they put more troops in the line. That just is a bigger insurance policy, I think, that it's going to be a draw. Because the continental situation, their victory conditions don't change. They don't get any easier. Oh, yeah, they do. This moved forward. I forgot about that. Yeah. But that's not really significant. Like, they have to destroy the leaders. They have to figure out a way forward with that. And only being able to move one piece per impulse, that really kind of limits me. I'm happy, I think, with everything everywhere else. I don't really care enough to try to see if everything's absolutely optimized. That's going to put it on the Brits, who clearly want to advance again. Oh, I probably can't take this much. I can take 5. That's the most I can have before movement. Do I need my supply lines here? Well, no damage is going to be done to me, so the answer becomes, yeah, I guess so. And the Americans fall back. Making change here. and I still only have 4, so that's all I can bring there. And that brings it on the Americans. What do they do? Well, now I'm not outnumbered. They could dig in, and that would make it almost impossible for the Brits to take Albany. I don't know if it's a wise idea, but we'll do that. I'll put it on the Brits. I need to relight my pipe. I can't face this without a smoke. Now, I'm outnumbered here. Well, if I want to keep my supply line open, I'm outnumbered and facing a dug-in enemy. I'm not going to go forward there. Here, I'm outnumbered. I might win, but I can only take 4. I'm sorry. I could take a lot of armaments with me, actually. And maybe I can get a breakthrough. Is it worth the shot? I'll be facing 5 dice. I'll probably take a couple of hits from that. That's fine, isn't it? Well, maybe. I don't know. Because each hit takes away one of my dice. I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could be hauling... Actually, yeah, I could be hauling 7 with me because I can only have 8 things here. So 7 would give me 4 dice. If I lose a couple of dice, I don't win. But I don't think I can win the game without taking this. And, well, here's the thing. I've got reinforcements coming in. I've got another 10 units coming in next turn. That's a pretty big deal. Will that be able to break the lines? Quite probably. So, do I just pass then? Because I can't really afford to move anything, and I don't think I can do supply shifts unless I move things. I guess I just pass. That puts it on the Continentals. What's up? What's up with them? And I'm planning on going shopping tomorrow. Just as a... And I don't know how I'm going to get more sleep. I've already pulled a couple of hours during the dark hours, but it's just so fucking hard. How do I... Well, supply lines are really important. I got a shit ton of troops here. I have to spend 2 cubes to move any of these, because there's 6 there. If I'm going to spend that many... Let's see, I only have to move 1 if I move there. Now I'll move the extra 1. I got a lot of food. And I don't know. Doesn't really matter what I do at this point, unless I'm going to pass, which I'm not going to do. That puts the Brits on again. They pass again, I guess, because I can't tell what I'm doing. I need to put 2 food here. I shift those there. Brits pass again. This is my last chance to do anything. I think I'll reinforce there. Which means that. And then I'll reposition my supplies as I wish. They're in place. Do the Brits have something sneaky they want to do? No, their situation is worse than it was. By far. By far. So now we definitely pass. That puts us to the end turn here, where things are different. No more reinforcements, for example. Didn't win. Duggan is removed. Continental Army doesn't disband. Patriot reinforcements don't happen. The game turn advances. All right. And that's all I can take for now. Part of the problem is it's nighttime. It's hard for me to do anything other than sit there in front of the computer at nighttime. And I've got a couple of videos I want to watch, which probably means I fire off some raid. I don't know. But it also, it's like I can't stay awake during the day and I can't sleep at night. And that's, some of it is, the dancing affects that, but, the reset didn't happen this last week and I'm still stuck in the nocturnal mode. I'm not happy being awake only at night. I need daylight. It cheers me up a little bit, whatever. It makes me a little less miserable, or it makes me feel a little more, which maybe actually, that's why I'm addicted, right? To avoid feeling. Anyway, whatever. I'm trying to escape into the dreamlands, but that doesn't really work because I can't sleep forever. Okay, I forgot to rearrange my supplies with the Continentals. Again, I really don't care enough. That's like picayune type of shit that has a huge impact on the game. But I still managed to have enough openings that I could eat up all of the war supplies. So now the Brits are kind of fucked. They basically have, enough for an attack here or there. But also, just look at these defensive positions. These are going to just wail on them. I'm not going to be able to break through that shit. The stockpiling of material is so high that the simple fact, and I haven't placed my British supplies yet. I can put them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least we have food, Now maybe this makes taking the forts more important, but there's not time. There's not time. Would there have been time over the whole game? Sure, freeing up more of those fort resources so they're available would have put me in a position that would put that would make it harder for the Continentals to manage, to hoard resources in this way. I honestly don't see how I can break through anywhere, even with the additional forces that I'm going to have. But let's see, because there's not a lot of troops here, so Albany actually we should be able to break through. All that gunpowder, that's going to hurt me, that's all, right? And I got the food to get down there. So that puts it on a Continental at 5. What the hell are we going to do? Well, digging in will help us hold Albany. Is this one more dangerous? I honestly don't know which one's better for an attack. Either way, though, it's going to take a long time for the British forces to move into place. I've got my supply lines built for the Continentals. The only real question then is, what do I want to fucking do? Right? Digging in won't hold me a location. Let's take one of these and swap it for some food supply so that I can dig in here. No attempt to win. It's up to the Brits to fight and lose a battle and maybe put themselves in a position where I can come back. But yeah. And losing battles only counts, like, you only get points on here either way if you win the battle when you're attacking. Which means the Continentals trying to hold on to territory isn't going to do anything. They're just playing delay of game. I kind of feel like Well, I think the Brits are trying. Let's just put it that way. I think they're trying. I've got a bunch of supplies. I got a bunch of troops. I'll send the troops into this box. Bombardment. It's an option I have. I could bombard this. I just don't have the kind of materials to wipe things out. And I wouldn't expect bombardment to succeed on its own. So, what do I do with these foods? I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it kind of doesn't matter. Because I've got a supply chain everywhere. So, I'll just delay it. What do I want to do? Well, I kind of want to let the Brits fail, right? Which means I don't really want to pass necessarily. But I might as well pass because, well, see, passing means that if the Brits do fail, coming back at them will be stymied. But that's okay. I can't really win the game by coming back at them. Like, the only way of coming back at them that wins me the game is fighting a battle to regain things. So I think I'm okay doing this. Put it on the Brits. This doesn't cost anything. Huge force here. That's going to cost me like 3 food to move each time. You know? And I can't get a leader there without expending effort. Okay, fuck them. Let's delay. Let's bring this down. I can scoop food up as I need it. I don't really give a shit. I do give a shit, actually, because I want to be able to get supplies. Five in each of those. Okay, we're fine. That brings it to the Americans. Now, here's the question. Do I want to let them attack? And I think the answer is yes. So I'll swap these. I will also rearrange my supplies. I have a lot of points where I can put a couple points of supply so that I can gather more. And that means the Brits get to go again. This takes 3 to move in. Well, we'll leave the 1 there because I want the 1. I could bring a shit ton of supplies into play here. I've got 8, 12. I could have 13 supplies here. Just put those there in case he wants to attack or something. He's not going to want to attack. We could pass and end his ability. There's only 1 armament supply. We're going to get that. If we somehow win, we're not going to win. We're not going to win. We might force him back. Yeah, I think we still pass to end the turn in order to grab another military supply. Well, we lose that. Who cares? Sure, whatever. That's not going to be fought for anyway. Which means no victory. Duggan removed. No reinforcements. Turn marker goes forward. And we're at another turn, which means I go up, get myself some more tea. I hardly drank any. I had almost none here, so I was kind of worried about it. Yeah, I mean, it's almost over. I think one can say this is going to be a draw no matter what. But, you know, if the Brits fight and lose, that doesn't move this. Unless they lose a leader or something like that. I don't really have the capacity to hold anything against them. That's the problem. Like, I've got this held. I'm stronger than they are, which is great. I could launch an attack up that way. Maybe next time. That's interesting, because if I launch an attack and I'm victorious, I might be able to gain some ground and really cause some issues. And at least feel like I'm winning the war, even if I'm not winning this game. Once again, this turn played out the supplies, and the Continentals were able to deprive the Brits not only of all the armaments this time, but of a significant amount of food, so they don't even have as many food maneuvers. It doesn't really matter. They don't have enough to cope with the situation. I think I should just hang it right here, to tell you the truth. Because, see, if the Brits took this, they would lose the game. That's one of the factors there. So, let's look at Patriot victory. If the Crown Point takes the fourth and final reinforcement and fails to achieve victory in the last campaign turn. So, taking this was a no-go, right? But also, my 3 points of supply, I don't get anything because we're out of cubes over here. I got a big army here. We'll see if we can do it, you know, if we can do something. But we don't have enough oomph in terms of military supplies to bust our way through Albany. That would get us to 3 victory condition locations. We could ignore New York, because all we need is what? Albany, No, we need Albany, New York, and Philadelphia. Yeah. So we got to take New York, we got to take Philadelphia. Or we got to take New York, and we got to take one of Philadelphia or whatever the hell, York here. It's just not going to happen. There's not enough combat pieces. Now, I do have 2 turns, so whatever. Let's see. The pass marker is rather low. The Continentals are still holding out their own hope of victory. But here's the thing. I feel like if you decide you're not going to try to win the game, you can get a draw very, very easily. If you play for a draw, even starting relatively late in the game, you can probably cause one to happen unless you fuck up early and lose early, right? Yeah. All right. Let me light up a pipe again, because once again, I can't cope without it. Here's the thing. To get to one of these other locations, I'm going to need to make 1, 2, 3, 5 attacks to get to one of the locations. I have a total of 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cubes. So, as long as I keep 5 cubes, though, I'm okay. So here we have 3, 6, 7. I'm allowed a shit ton. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cubes. I need 1 to attack with. I have 3, 6, 7. Let's keep 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's all I have. Okay. Well, in we go. We got first strike. I'll leave a strength point behind to keep my supply lines because I absolutely need them, right? So that's 11. I don't have 11. Okay, how much? Wait, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah. So I have 7 of these. That's going to give me 4 dice against the Americans. Do I need 4 dice? Not really. But they sure the hell are going to play all of their dice. I mean, I only really need 1. But anyway, I have enough dice left. Let me... 5 dice. Yeah, I have enough dice left to make it to somewhere else. Okay, so this is for 8 dice. 8 dice. That's the most I can have on defense. But there isn't much in the way of American troops after Albany. Ooh boy. That's 4 hits, so I will get no dice, and we'll take 4 hits. But, sounds terrible for the Brits, doesn't it? But they have more troops. Should have only spent 1 cube. Should have just said, hey, he's going to dry up all my cubes. But the problem is I'm going to have to keep fighting this big force. Of course, it won't have any dice. So now it's 2 morale checks. And the difference is 4. We fail on our morale checks. We have lost a battle. Even though we wiped out the Brits. Falling back here. That is going to cause the support marker to go down. And we're in here. Well. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So now I'm facing 7 Brits with my 4. If I pull away from here, I could get reinforcements that could stop this inexorable march. Maybe the Brits have just won the game. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously there's some luck. The length of passes and whatnot could have an effect. And I believe that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to try to pass the game out of play. Which means, what do the Brits do? Well, oh, I needed more than... I couldn't have brought all those armies. I needed 2 more food. So actually 2 of my guns would have been available, because I wouldn't have been able to deploy everything there. It didn't matter since I didn't do any damage. So now, in order to move this, I have 7 men. I'm going to be moving 6 of them. This is where it starts running down, which means I need 2 food here. I don't really need to hit him, so I'll put one of these, and that's peachy, isn't it? So I'll play a food to march down with my 6 men. 1 shot. Defender has no dice. I could use more cubes, but that just weakens my position. I get a hit. This is an automatic victory. This thing would start sliding way down. We fall back. We give the Brits the food. No biggie there. That cube is spent. We're hoping to avoid losing at this point. That's it. So we pass again. The Brits have 2. That's enough to move my army once more. Bring a cube for firepower. We've got 5 strength points going down into Morristown. Could have dug in. Is it going to make a difference? We're getting close in strength where it might have. I might not have wanted to pass, but too bad. 1 die in defense. That is a miss. 1 die in attack. That is a hit. The 2 combat cubes go away. At least there'll be some cubes for next turn. Because the Brits absolutely need them. They don't have enough. Retreat dice. The U.S. retreats. New York alone does not win the Brits the game. So we'll fall back to this space. The Brits capture all this food. Another victory. This is stuck where it is. We pass. We haven't lost yet. Are we gaining anything here? We're not shifting our resources either, which means we're not going to be able to get the additional gunpowder that we want. That's going to suck. Okay. And we can't just abandon these, right? Like, so what I'm thinking is, oh look, I'm defending here, but I'm in trouble. I'm playing for a draw at this point, and the Brits are playing to win. And that is a significant difference. One that I didn't foresee. I thought the Brits were stymied. End of turn phase. This pushes forward. I think we're going to see a British victory now. And I didn't think we were going to. Unless the Americans can launch an attack going from there. But if they launch an attack coming from here, go take Boston, right? There's 3 cities down here. I don't know. After my move, I could have shifted my food here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get it down to 5. Throw some food up in Albany. It's important to be at 5 so you can produce 2 more. The American pass was probably a mistake. Anyway, let's keep going. What the hell? Green cubes on the board. The Brits were unable to get food. The U.S., the Patriots, mainly not able to get a damn thing at all. Brits get first action. I've got supplies coming out my ass all over the place with no real problem. Well, we want to hit this, and we kind of want to hit it hard. In order to be victorious, we have to hit York and Philadelphia, which ends up being 2 more dice. I would like more than that. This is going to cost me just 1 die because I have a leader here. I need to overwhelm this. I really do. Which means all of these can go away. Let's just throw them up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring these in somewhere. I don't know. Okay. Because I got lines everywhere, right? And they're not going to get broken. This might get broken. I got to be careful. It's not going to be easy. It might get sniped. Nope, not in a clear area. So I play 1 food to move this in. And what am I bringing with me? I can only bring 5. That's 3 dice. Two hits. That's another victory. I don't know. Four is not easy to take. Another victory here. These go away. It's the U.S. turn. We are going to take it. He has to take 2 cities at this point. York might be one of them, but that's going to be hard to take. I'm the same size. I will have to do successful damage, which means we're going to dig in at York, and we're going to shift materials. For Let's put the food down here. No reason to give him all that food. These we have to hold off on. Oh, I forgot. What was our roll? I think it was a 5, to tell you the truth. I think the Brit's got a big roll. And that's part of it. If it had ended up being a little roll, I could pass a couple of times and end the game in a draw. But I don't think that was possible. That means it's the Brit turn. I don't have the strength to bust through this by any means. I think my only chance is here. But I need to get... No, because then I have to hit twice. Fuck me. Yeah, I just don't think I can do it. Like, if I take Philadelphia, it's not good enough. Because I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4 at that point. If I hadn't taken these 10 units, I'd be okay. If I hadn't taken those 10 units, I wouldn't be able to do this. I don't have a big enough army to launch a huge attack. Here, what if I tried to bust through here? I would need to do 5 hits and not lose anything. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Philadelphia. Isn't there something about Philadelphia? Each turn that I sit in Philadelphia, I get a support point, but that's not going to help me. It's not a victory point. It's not a victory point. I need 5 victory point cities. I have 3. This is the last turn. It's the last chance I have. He's dug in. Here's what I do. I move back here. I'm going to go for New York, and then I can come back down and try to take Philadelphia. That's my thinking. Can't skirmish. Could fight. Food's not worth anything. Could move and reinforce New York. Doesn't do a hell of a lot. Might be my best move. I can attack Providence, which might just succeed. I have 12. That means I need 3 food here, which means I can have 5 attacks. I think that's my best move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 3 food. To move. We're moving. We can't afford to move everyone. God damn it. Such a pain in the ass. So we're moving everybody in. And we have 1 strength point back here at Stonington. I could carry more materials with me if I want it. I cannot, because I had to have the food there to make the attack. Okay, so I get a 5-die attack launching this. He gets a 1-die defense, which he will take. He could just withdraw, but that costs him potentially his stuff. Okay, 1-die defense. 1s and 2s, the Brits aren't good on defense. They fail. 5 dice attack. We get 2 hits on the Brits. This is a pain in the ass because I have not retreated yet. Now I make a morale check. 3, 7, 11 to 6. That's a 5. I don't remember which way the morale check works on ties. Meets or exceeds. The Brits hold. Which means, well, we'll leave them here. There go the Continentals, driven back. This was a defeat, though, which increases the support. This makes cutting this supply line all the more important. What do we got here? We got 4, we can carry 5. It's 2 more weapons here. Now the Americans wanted to pull some stuff, I think, because New York is going to fall. So there's 6. We'll pull these. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the Brits will be hauling 5 with them. I don't need 5. I honestly, I just need to fire 1 that I need to fire, but whatever. Which means I probably want more food here. Okay, I spend the food, I attack. I'll take food with me. And 3 of these, I guess. I don't know. Hitting into there. He can just withdraw, right? He can just withdraw. He doesn't have to do anything. We withdraw to here. And that means no firepower is expended. I'm in position to take New York now. That puts it back on the Continentals. This is a worthless location. The best I'm doing right now, I feel, is playing for a draw. If I can stick him in New York, or beat him there, if I can beat him there, I can do a lot. However, I don't have a lot of food. So I'll move 8. And they can bring all of this with them into here. Did I spend the food? I heard something fall. Yeah, I think I spent the food because I need the food for another attack to get him stuck in New York. Whew. Now what? And he's dug in. I can't move that leader. He has decided he is not going to play for the game. So I can't do something like cut up this way. Most importantly, I can't like get that leader out to lead some little scraps out of here or anything like that. I can't do anything to help myself into Morristown. As long as this garrison is here, it's untakeable. I can't even skirmish it because it's not open. Which means do the Brits have a way out of this? They fall back on their supply line. I think we're stuck, right? The Brits do not have the forces to take York, do they? I mean, maybe. Maybe. All right. The U.S. can't move forward with all their forces. I could take 4 of these forward. But I have a food problem right now. That puts it back on the Brits. The Brits have supplies. Well, now I'm facing a lot less. I need to save about 3 ammo. I got 5 with me. That's good enough. I will spend to attack again. I'll bring my 5 ammo. I'm going to shift ammo. Wait, not yet. I bring my 5 ammo with me. The Americans are going to fight back with 4 ammo. Brits are just trying to get a shot at winning this game somehow. The 4 ammo all misses. The 5 ammo was being spent for 3 attacks. That's 1 hit. He's down to a 3. That is a 1-point bonus. One-point bonus means I'm defeated. I mean, not defeated, but I failed to take the location. I would have had to get more because it's equal to or exceeding. All right, that puts it back on the Americans. I have enough food for 1 attack. That's it. I can't. I pass. The Brits, I have material to launch another attack, but not enough material to win the game anymore. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks available. I would have to get very lucky here. Then hit New York. That's 2 attacks. Maybe an attack here and here. Might be able to do it. Okay. Let's ship all the goodies down to Morristown. That's 3, 4 more attacks. And let's grab food as well. 4 more food. We're allowed to move 1, 2. I don't need this. 1. See, I don't have enough troops to force him out. That's the problem. Oh no, he was automatically fucking forced out. I don't know. I give up. I'm going to call it a draw. I fucked up at the end, and I just don't think I can do it. But last turn he would have been here. So I think I could have actually replicated this situation. Here. Now let's say I'm attacking this. I need enough food or enough military capability to do... He's out of food. He's not going anywhere. To do 1... I've paid for the movement for the attack. I undid that. That retreat would have been automatic. One, no, one, maybe two more hits. Will that give me the game? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. So I need at least 2 more attacks, which means these cubes will stay here. I need enough food to carry me in and back. All right. And we attack with everyone because we're 4 to 4. We might get lucky, get a hit. Yeah, we only get 1 die anyway. Okay, here we go. On a 1 through 3, we have a chance, and that's it. All right. We drop the Americans down by 1. That'll be another victory. Doesn't matter. And now the Americans will have to retreat on a 3. I'm sorry, on a 1. They do not get a 1. I'm forced back. I spent this military cube. That puts it on the American turn. Has anything opened up that allows me something new? Not really. I have no firepower here in New York. I have some firepower here. I can't access it. I can't skirmish. I have too many troops here. These guys can't attack Morristown. The U.S. basically has nothing it can do. It'll pass. It can't possibly win the game as far as I see. Unless the Brits do something like evacuate spaces and allow me to get that ammo back down. We'll take another shot at it. Going in again. One through 3 we hit. No. And that means on a 1, the Colonials fail. The Colonials retreat. We've taken New York. At least that's like a morale victory. U.S. has no food. They have to pass. We spend a food to march up to here, and we're out of troops. I don't know if countermix mattered. If it does, I can take this off the board, I guess. I don't know. Because I need this, right? I need to hold New York for the game. And that means the U.S. passes and the game's a draw. There was no way for the U.S. to win at the end. I was hoping for something to break open. So we ended up with a tie. A lot of blundering going on in the play. It's hard to say, how was the strategy and everything. Opportunities present themselves that to me feel kind of gamey and everything. Like what looks like a static situation may not be, and it's just a matter of being able to see the edge. To me, a lot of the game, again, feels kind of like chess. In Go terms, it's getting mugged in the corner, which is how I view chess games as almost all being, right? Like, it's lacking that sort of stately, okay, we both see the situation, and yeah, we might make little mistakes around the edge, but in general, it's just this sort of, the board is just developing in a certain way, which is kind of like, I think what I like about Go. When you look at a chess game, it's almost always about, oh, geez, I didn't see how you could do that. And that's how Go games are when somebody's a complete novice, or hasn't played for a while, in my case, or whatever, where you just make a blunder and it's the whole game on that blunder. I feel like this is that kind of game. It's like, maybe you see some clever strategy or something and your opponent doesn't see it, but no matter what, it feels like you're hiding something behind your back and you're going to slap them upside the head with it. And it's just like, that can be exciting in some circumstances. I feel like this is too deterministic and too much that chess-like play for my taste. So I can't really talk a lot about the strategy and whatnot that I used. Obviously, though, there's things you can do, like the fact that the Americans were able to deny the Brits armaments entirely. Yeah, that makes sense. All that production in North America prevented the Brits from being able to ship armaments into Nova Scotia. I don't feel like this is a historical simulation. I don't feel like it's a war game, right? That's my problem with it. Is it an interesting competitive game? It's not my taste in that way. So, it might be to some people. Like I say, I don't like chess. So, what you can't account for taste here. I mean, obviously considered one of the greatest games ever made, but it's just not my thing. And this is very much not my thing in the same sort of way. All right, let's send this up. I'm glad I'm done with it. Definitely not going to replay it to look into strategies some more. I think there's a ton of room for strategies, right? I think there's a ton of room for cleverness in this game, but it's just not my cup of tea. All right, sending it.